Welcome back to another episode of the Pilots of the Caribbean podcast. In this weekly podcast, we'll be talking about everything drones and how they're being used in the Caribbean. I'm your host, Elon Gabriel, and I'll be bringing you everything from the latest industry rumors and technology to its most innovative applications. I will also be interviewing industry professionals and hobbyists to discuss the impact of drones across the Caribbean. To follow this podcast, you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and you can also find us wherever you get your podcasts and also on YouTube. You can also find us at our website at www.pilotsofthecaribbeanpod.com. And don't forget to leave a rating or review, as it helps us to reach a wider audience and share our passion for drones. So this week we have a very news-heavy episode, and we have a couple of news stories coming to us, some new products being launched, some updates, some price drops, some rumors, and let's get into it. First up, DJI launches the Flycart 30 delivery drone. And this drone was released late last year, 2023, in China, and it has recently received its international launch. Some key points about this drone. It has a payload capacity of up to 30 kilograms. That's roughly around 66 pounds. It has a max travel distance of 16 kilometers or 10 miles. It is designed for all weather and terrains, so there's IP55 protection, and can operate in temperatures ranging from -4 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. It can also fly in winds up to 12 meters a second. Now, as with everything else that comes to drones, one of the most important things to consider are its safety features. And the Flycart 30 in particular has a few very important safety features. So this model has what they call a dual active phased array radar and binocular vision system, which, based on what I've read about it, is a very fancy obstacle avoidance system, and that's just a very nice way of putting it. And it allows it to do obstacle avoidance in all weather conditions, in all directions, and in an intelligent manner. So I'm assuming, the watchword of 2023, 2024, AI is involved somewhere in the system. There's also a built-in ADS-B signal receiver. And for those of you that don't know, that is what is used to detect whether manned or what they call crewed aircraft is in the area of this drone. So this basically would receive a signal from the manned aircraft and let you know that, yes, there is an aircraft in your vicinity. And then you'll get a warning on the screen. And last but not least, this drone actually also has a built-in parachute. So that is, I'm assuming, for engine failures, collisions, battery failures. It wouldn't just fall out of the sky. Because at a maximum weight of 66 pounds, that would be a hell of a crash. And that'd be a lot of weight coming down onto whatever is below it. So it also has a built-in parachute as an additional line of safety. Some of the other things that this drone has been stated to come with in terms of features, it has 4 coaxial motors. And a coaxial motor is one that is structured where there is a motor on top and a motor on the bottom, and they spin in opposite directions. And that is how the drone gives itself lift. So this drone has 4 of those, one in each corner, for a total of 8 motors in its multi-rotor configuration. It also features carbon fiber propellers, and I'm assuming that also helps with its ability to operate in rain. It has a maximum flight speed of 20 meters a second, and it uses, which is a little surprising, it uses DJI's previous O3 transmission system, not the latest O4 that they have in some of their newer models. There's also a dual operator mode. So I think it's a safe assumption to make that one will be for flying the drone while the other will be for operating whatever payload mechanisms the drone comes with. So one person would fly and the other person could give the signal to lower or release whatever cargo this drone is carrying. DJI has developed a special software for the management of this drone, and it's being called DJI Delivery Hub. And they are considering it's considered to be a one-stop air delivery management platform. So if you're familiar with DJI, you know they have the entire ecosystem of software that has everything integrated into it. And they use it for the management, automation of flights. You can see the health of the drone and so forth. So the delivery hub is what they have introduced to do delivery. And delivery hub is what they introduced to manage the Flycart 30, which is the introduction into the drone delivery space. DJI Pilot 2 is also available as a manual flight option. And for those of you that are familiar with flying DJI's Enterprise line of drones, Pilot 2 enables you to also do some form of automated flights and also have manual control of the drone. DJI Pilot 2 is also an option for the control of this unit. Next up, the DJI Mic 2 is set to launch. Before we continue, big thanks to Igor, aka Quadro News on Twitter, for providing us with some of the leak images and specs beforehand for the DJI Mic 2. Now, this product is scheduled to launch actually on the day that this podcast comes out. There's a launch event scheduled for the DJI Mic 2 at 8 a.m. on the 17th Eastern Time. And I think it's a safe assumption to make that event is for this product, as we have seen several significant leaks for it in the last couple of days. So just to give you an idea of some of the new specs that the Mic 2 system comes with, the case is slightly larger and it is powered by a 3250 milliamp hour battery. And just to preface that before we continue with the specs, all of these specs right now are rumored and nothing has been 100% confirmed. But based on Quadro News' previous history of leaks, it's safe to say that the majority, if not all of the specifications are going to be accurate. Right? So we have a larger case than the Mic 1 system, coming in at 3250 milliamp hour battery, and which is stated to provide 2 charging cycles for the 2 transmitters and the 1 receiver at the same time. The charging time for the case is around 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is a little on the longer side, but it is a significant battery and you get a couple cycles out of it. The operating frequency, which is significant when you consider what environment or what radio environment you can operate this microphone system in. This system uses the 2.4 gigahertz range. And that's important when you consider the radio environment. You have other devices that may also be operating in a similar frequency range because you don't want to cause interference that may lead to less than favorable conditions on your voice recordings. Each unit has a built-in 360 milliamp hour lithium ion battery and has been stated to have an operating time of up to 6 hours, which is quite impressive. One of the units takes approximately 70 minutes to charge to full, and the Mic 2 actually has a very impressive transmission distance or recording distance of up to 250 meters away in FCC areas. So that is the US would cover here in the Caribbean, and 160 meters in the CE areas. So that would be more like the European type areas. So 250 meters away where you could step away from your receiving unit, which is connected to it would be your camera or whatever device that you're recording onto. And you can speak into the microphone. And I'm assuming all this is best conditions. So don't go and walk around your house and expect to get 250 meters of distance. But 250 meters of distance in, let's say, ideal line of sight conditions is quite impressive. I can't see a situation where you would be recording 250 meters away from the source of that you're sending the signal to. But it's a nice to have. This device also supports, as an additional means of connection, some newer Bluetooth protocols. So you're not tied into the built-in frequencies that it has, well, whatever protocol that is, but it also supports Bluetooth as well, which will lend its compatibility to a lot more devices. So we look forward to that. Like I said before, by the time this podcast is live, if you're watching us on YouTube, this launch should have already happened. So we will be able to confirm that. And for those of you that listen on audio and you listen early, thankfully. Thanks for that. You guys will find out soon enough whether this leak, our second news article of the day, was actually correct. Right. For those of you that are in the market for a brand new action camera. So Christmas went and you wanted one for Christmas. You didn't get one. All isn't lost because DJI has just announced its first, and in this case, major price drop for the Osmo Action 4. This camera actually launched just recently in August of 2023 and is currently available in its lowest package for a price of $299 US. That is down from its usual price of $399 US, which translates to $100 savings before shipping and taxes and all that is involved in purchasing it. That is a significant price drop for anybody looking for the latest tech in action cameras. The Osmo Action 4 is one of the best and is being compared to the GoPro Hero 12 and the recently launched Insta360 Ace Pro. Our next news story on the list, DJI actually made a surprise announcement in its Enterprise line. And this one is entitled Shaping the World. And this product is expected to be released on January 18th, 2024 at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, this one is one that has not been leaked, or we don't have much information about it beforehand. All DJI released is a very short clip of what looks to be, if we're gonna guess at it, and I'll put it up on the screen for YouTube users, so you can let me know in the comments before it launches, if you get a chance to check it out, what you think this product is. But based on what we could see, I think it's some sort of software product. DJI does have a product that does terrain mapping. It's called DJI Terra, and it's DJI's mapping platform. And I think that this may be a new version of the Terra software. It also looks like it could do 3D modeling as well, which is something that Terra could previously do. But DJI is always known for keeping their products up to date and very cutting edge. So that's my guess on what this product is going to be. You guys can let me know in the comments what you think this product is based on the video that they put out beforehand. And last but week, we are moving away from DJI finally and are moving to possibly their largest competitor in the enterprise and consumer drone space. And we're talking about none other than Orel. And Orel is in the middle of a little back and forth right now, of a little controversy based on an ad that popped up online that displayed their version of their delivery drone, the Orel Titan, but it is carrying what appears to be munitions, which are explosives or weapons that can be used to carry explosives. This listing popped up on an Orel distributor's site and also on a listing on eBay. So they are receiving a lot of international scrutiny coming out of that ad popping up. And Orel actually, so the news website, Drone DJ, actually reached out to Orel for a comment, and Orel responded, and I'm going to quote from that, saying that they would like to categorically state that these images are not from us, and we are as shocked and disturbed by them as anyone else. We are currently conducting a thorough investigation to identify the source of these misleading images, and rest assured that we take this matter seriously and appropriate actions will be taken against those responsible for spreading false rumors. Orel also went on to say that it operates no sales outlets on eBay and only on their official store as listed on their website. And as with all of these articles, I'm going to post the links to all of them below so you guys can go and check it out and get a first-hand view. If you want to go into some detail, read the full articles of what I was talking about, check out the videos for the products that were leaked. All the links will be in the description. And that was our last news article for this week. But before I leave you, as usual, we're going to do our video of the week segment. And this week's video comes from Blissful Travels. And I'm going to let you know beforehand, if you guys are a fan of sunsets, then you are going to love this video. So, as usual, links in the description. Check them out. Give them a like and subscribe if you guys like the video. As a member of the Caribbean drone community, give them your support and let them know that you appreciate the work that they are putting out there. And that is our episode for this week. If you can think of anything that we would have left out in terms of news for this week, if you would have some Caribbean drone news that you would like to share with us, please let us know. As well as if you have a video of the week submission, please feel free to get in contact with us. All of our social media links will be in the description. And as usual, guys, thank you very much for listening. If you've liked this week's episode, you can please feel free, share it with a friend, and you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, as well as YouTube. All links will be in the description, and also on our website at pilotsofthecaribbeanpod.com. Thank you very much for listening, and we will talk to you in the next episode.